Connecting to a compass positioner. Locate the two positioner cable bundles. The diameter of the air hoses in these bundles will be smaller than the air hoses in the tractor cable bundle. Hook both of the positioner cable bundles to the power hub first, before connecting them to the compass positioner. It is easiest to connect hoses and cables to the power hub starting at the bottom and working your way to the top so that the connection labels remain visible. The hoses and connections are color-coded to simplify accurate setup. Starting at the bottom, connect the red air hose to the connector with the down arrow and the paired black hose to the connector with the up arrow. All of the air hoses have push-lock fittings that do not require tools. Be sure to push the hoses in firmly to make sure they are fully seated and do not leak. If you have an older version of the positioner cable bundle, the electric cable has a straight connector on one end and a 90-degree connector on the other end. Use the straight connector to attach to the power hub, and the 90-degree connector will go to the positioner air motor. Before connecting the electronic cable, look at the end fitting to confirm that the O-ring seal is in place. This O-ring is important to create a watertight connection. Replace the O-ring if it is damaged or missing. The end fitting also has a slot on one side. Align this slot with the corresponding pin on the connector to ensure proper orientation. Push the end fitting firmly into the connector to compress the O-ring, and turn the outer sleeve until it clicks in place. Now connect the second positioner cable bundle. Connect the green air hose to the connector with the left-facing arrow, and the paired black hose to the connector with the right-facing arrow. Note: older systems may not have the green air hose, and instead have two identical red and black paired air hoses. In this case, connect the red air hose from the second bundle to the connector with the left-facing arrow. Now connect the electric cable to the connector with the left and right-facing arrows. Before making any connections to the compass positioner, it is important to blow air through the air hoses to remove any debris that could damage the air motors. To do this, we'll put the controller into manual mode and use the controls to send air through each hose. Once the air hoses are cleared, connect them to the air motors on the compass. The bottom cable bundle with the up and down arrows connects to the linear carriage. Pull the plugs out of the air motors and attach the red and black air hoses to the corresponding color-coded fittings. Connect the electronic cable to the side of the linear carriage air motor. Note: older positioner cable bundles may have a 90-degree connector on one end instead of two straight connectors. If you have this style bundle, be sure to connect the 90-degree cable to the air motor and not the power hub. Repeat this setup with the next cable bundle with the left and right arrows, connecting them to the air motor on the rotary drive. You can use the controller in manual mode to operate the linear and rotary drives to test all the connections. If it does not operate as expected, make sure all of the hoses are fully seated in their fittings and that all color-coded hoses and connections match.